So you have to apply for that any certificate authority to get the CSN certificate like Verizon, GoDaddy, all that, and when you get a certificate, you can install it on your device. We have that part. We have made when import the certificate.
Hi, Mansu, can you just be louder?
Okay. Now is it better?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So we have the option to install a device certificate. We have yesterday actually discussed it. You can get the self-sign certificate is by default presented into the device, and we can get CA sign certificate from any certificate authority like Verizon or GoDaddy or any other, and we can get it. And you can then import certificate onto the device, and then it will just, for example, then in that case it will not give you the error. But it is not. I haven't used any until now any company using it, then because it doesn't matter, because it doesn't uh, serve the purpose of because it is not processing the traffic, it's just for the management access. The device certificate is used. Okay, so maybe in the case when somebody, if you want somebody else to get the access of your F5 device from outside your network, okay, in that case the CA sign certificate will be required for the to be installed into the device. Okay, so generally most of the company uses VPN, which is already secure, so it is not required. So let's move to next step. We have already configured it, how to configure the platform, the root account, admin account, if you want to enable the SSH or not. SSH type allow, we have discussed it all regarding the uh, NTP server also. HA configuration, we will discuss it in much detail in the HA part. Okay, I'm going to skip it for now. Regarding the UCS file, it is an important step. So let's discuss. So like we take backup in the Cisco devices, what we do is we create the startup configuration. Here we have is UCS file. So UCS file means user configuration set files. It is in the compressed format. It contains all the configuration files, big IP base configuration, big IP configuration files, okay, in a compressed format. It also contains your license, and it contains all the user account and password that you have created, and and this last step is optional, SSL certs and keys, because it is a sensitive information if you want to keep it into the while taking the backup or not. Yeah, but we do it. Okay, so SSL certificate and keys. So these are all the things that are included into the UCS archive. Okay, so it is like taking the backup. So which you will be used in the case of the RMA or any case of disaster recovery or restoring the device, like that. So it is pretty important. You should know how to take the UCS. Okay, it is very easy. Take the UCS. Let's open up the device. Check the switch. I think we haven't saved the configuration. Just give me a minute, guys. So let's continue. So we haven't saved the configuration. So let's configure the VLAN again. So interface. Interface 1/3 and 3/0 will go to the management VLAN, which is VLAN 10, and interface 3/3 and 1/2 I think 1/2 will go on to the VLAN 11, which will be used for the traffic processing.
So is that mentioned in workbook? Yeah, what VLAN and what we use and
Yes,
what?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. It
Okay.
is. It is. It is simple.
Okay.
/3 and 3/0. And interface Ethernet 3/1, 3/3, and 1/2. We can remember it. So let's take the axis. Actually, the now that these wires are distorted, so I'm not able to test which wire is which one should be then 1/0. Yeah. If we can start it, so quite confusing to me. 1/0 should be managed 3/3. We just check it out.
It's replied now.
Yeah, so I think now they are good. Yeah. Okay, so let also put that down. And this one is interface, which is going to be our one. So we'll see which the interface we have made. So if you go to the F5 Mesh list network VLAN, so we have for external VLAN we are using interface 1.2 of the F5. So interface 1.2 is 1/2, 1/2 and 3/0 should be in same VLAN. save it. Okay, so we will check it out. So now we can take the access. So guys, these are just opposite management interface is connected to 1/0 of the switch, and E2 is our management interface, which is connected to E3/3. So I have put it down into the same VLAN on the switch, and now we are getting the ping reply, so we will be able to take the access. HTTPS. Advance, proceed, and also let's rename this interface as management. Interface. So now let's take access. Okay, so now let's go to the system, take the access, to take the UCS. See here, archives, go to the archive, click on create. Okay, what the file name you want to give? Let's give it to the date 06/23/2019. You can also encrypt it. If you will encrypt it, it will require a passphrase. So let's give it a passphrase of uh, one. Okay, private key, as we have discussed, the option you want to include or exclude. So by default, it will be selected as include. So let's go with the include. Click on finish. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so you can see this is the directory of the Linux where it is stored. So where locally UCS is the directory where you will be able to see the file. Okay, that the backup has been created onto that location of the big IP. Now it has been created. So what you can do is you can download it onto your local machine. Okay, so if you will click on download, so it will be downloaded. Okay, so it has been downloaded. So whenever your system somehow crashes and you want to restore it, or the configuration that you want to restore, you can use this file. Okay, for example, let's say if I click on delete, and okay, I have deleted this archive which I have created. Okay, then to restore it, what you can do is, okay, uh, so how to use it? Click on upload, use file. So file was in downloads. Here it is. Okay, so you can choose, you can upload it. It is uploaded. Okay. Okay, so for restoring, you have to give a passphrase, password. When you want to restore the configuration, click on restore. The configuration will be restored. Okay, so it is saying restoring system archive. The status will be a bit short. Okay, so now if you want to check where the location is, you need to go to bash cd/local/ucs. Okay, it has not created yet the directory. See, its location is really okay. We got the folder. So it is at var/local. So you need to go to these directory. So you can see there is one more folder of the UCS. So let's go to cd var/local/UCS. Okay, so here if you will do list, ls means list. So you can see here we have created the file. Okay, so it is in compressed format, so we can't be able to read it. Okay, if I use the cat is used to read the Linux files, so we will not be able to read it. Okay, it is clear. So location is to check where the UCS is stored is var local UCS. Okay. Okay. For example, if I want to delete it, I can delete it like this. Now, if you will see, there is no local, no UCS file. Okay. Clear? Kamakshan, Brijesh.
Yeah.
So this is the final location. To remove a particular file in Linux, you can use RM. So do you have any idea of the Linux? Any of you?
Yeah, I'm a Unix system admin.
Okay. Okay. So, right. So now if we will try to restore, I think it will give us an error because we have deleted the file. Okay. So now what we need to do, because the file is not present onto the F5 device, we need to upload it. Choose file, upload. Okay, and go to it and click on restore. Password is required. File. Okay, so now if we will check by going list, you can see the file has been installed into the F5 into the directory. Okay, clear? Okay, so that was regarding the UCS. Any question?
So exactly, that's fine, but how exactly UC helps also?
How exactly UCS?
Helps in building.
UCS is actually it is like the startup configuration. If you will see onto the Cisco router, okay, it contains all the configuration files. Okay, so it is required when for example your OS crash or your you got the you want to restore the system to the original configuration, so you can do it via UCS file. Okay, so it will, the big IP system will decompress it and install all the files that were the configuration files that are archived into the use, and it will install it onto
Okay.
this file.
So in Linux, as we say in the extract file, we can compare this to extract file.
Sorry, can
So
you
can
please?
we compare this UCS to extract file of Linux system?
Yeah. Okay, so it is clear, right? So let's move into our lab environment. I think we already have discussed how our lab look like, right? And how our network we are going to configure. Okay. Do you want to explain me again, or it is fine? The present configuration or the IP addressing that we are using onto our lab.
If you can explain this good.
Okay, so we have big IP box. We are using our PC, which will be used to get the management of the big IP, right? Management network. And one will be used to get the application traffic. Okay, so this interface Ethernet 0 or the management interface will be used, and here it will be, we will have the external network. Okay, which will be used for application traffic. So if you will see, we have interface E2, which will be act as management, and if you will see here, this one, this interface, sorry, E2 will get as management, and E1 will be acting as application traffic. So here E1, okay, external interface, and here it will be Ethernet 1.2 as we have checked, and here will be our internal network, which will be connected to our servers, internal network, and it is connected to our interface 1.1. Okay, so management network we have chosen is 172.16.10.0. In my lab, you can do it otherwise. And external network we have chosen to be 172.16.100.0/24. And internal I have chosen is 172.16.11.0/24. Okay, so you can do it, you can change it also, that is upon you. So, and I will be doing the lab in this IP address list. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to the next slides. That is the same, explaining you about the internal network and all that. Okay, one more thing, the IP addresses I have given to the F5. F5 will be ending with same network, every network .11. Okay, here it will be .11, 100.11, here it will be 11.11. Okay, 172.16.11.11 will be self IP address of this interface, self IP address of this interface, and .11 will be self IP address of this interface. Only there will be a HA VLAN which will be on 1.3. It will be on 16.33.33 I have given it, which will be connected to the other big IP system. Okay, and here it will be, this IP address will be here, and it will be on /20.
So that's kind of failover, right?
Yeah, this is the HA network, which we will discuss in detail in HA when we will study about the HA. Okay, so that is what I'm using. So let's move on to the next slides.